Hello my friends and welcome to our blind let's play Ace Attorney Apollo Justice, the first game in the Justice Trilogy. My name is the FlightlessBird, this is your story-based gaming channel, and we are back! Yeah! I have been waiting for this. We have played through the original Ace Attorney Trilogy. We then played through the two Ace Attorney investigation games starring Miles Edgeworth, and I heard that they were going to remaster the Apollo Justice series. So I waited, oh so patiently for this day to come. And it is finally here! I'm excited, I hope you all are excited too. Let's not waste any time. Let's jump back into Ace Attorney. No objections here. Episode 1, Turnabout Trump. Hope we all having a wonderful, fantastic day today. Showdown time. That was fast. It looked like they both had full houses. You lose. Urgh. Eek. Well, there's that old saying, let the cards fall where they may. Or chips fall where they may? Something like that. I seem to be in a bit of a trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him. Hard. Me? Please. Cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. Oh, look, the judge! I don't know if I ever noticed, the background picture before. I don't know if the judge has always been in the background. Well, could you not notice me? I'm an integral part of the game, FlightlessBird. Well, it's maybe you just got put up there now. I have no idea what year it is. I don't know anything about this game. I don't know anything about this series. I mean, part of the reason why I'm using the DS thumbnail is because apparently there's a spoiler in the original or in the new cover of the game, and so I didn't want to go into any spoiler territory, and I ask please that you do not spoil anything for me or for anyone in the community who hasn't seen this game before. I love theories. I love it when you guys talk about the game. I love it when we talk about the cases together, but please, no spoilers. Yes, defendant lobby number 3. So Apollo, I guess this is our new Phoenix, right? Again, I don't know. I haven't played this game before. Panicked. Palms sweaty. I can admit it. I'm nervous. Good morning. You're definitely not Gumshoe, which makes me sad. I miss Gumshoe. So we have a chat log. I don't seem to have any way to get rid of the text from the screen, which is a shame. Hold on, what did you say? Good morning, sir. You look tense, Justice. Wind up tight. Wind up, sir? No, I'm loose. I'm fine. Well, that's screeching noise. Is that your voice? I suppose it is to be expected. Your first trial, and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't small, eh? I'm fine. I got up at 5 AM to do my Chords of Steel voice workout. I'm fine. That explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your screech. I overdid it again. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down. If you get my drift. drift gotten, sir? I'm all over that drift. As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes, I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. Well, not just that, but normally if you have to tell someone you're fine, it usually means that you're not. It's just a way for you to, like, try to trick yourself into thinking you are. Gulp. I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. First case, let's do it. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I am a new attorney. And today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants to help him out, of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him, no way. All the dots. Whoa! Huh. Good, morning. Huh. Morning. So up to you today. First trial. Nervous. Meeting him. Cardiac arrest. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help? So, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yes, I'm fine. Mr. Fine, is it? I did remember you having an odd name. Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney, and he's your friend. So why? You'll see. Okay. You can do it. Be confident. I'm really sorry this happened to you. It's time. Shall we, yes, sir. Okay, need to focus. First trial. Here comes justice! That's how it sounds in his head, I'm sure. Justice! Or something like that. April 20th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Please tell me we had the old judge. Please tell me we had the old judge. Yes! He's back! The court is in session. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Oh my god, look at Pain. Oh my god. Oh, oh, this is awesome already. The defense is, fine. I mean, ready, Your Honor. And look at this strapping young lad. Michael and Blake, don't panic. Too late. Your name was, Mr. Justice? Well, and this is your first trial. Yes, Your Honor. But I'm fine. Really, I am. Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit, strained. Yeah. Mr. Gavin. Yes, Your Honor. I was under the impression that you'd be heading up this case. Well, that was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always see to his client's wishes. And my client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Well, of course he wants justice. But to trust his case to this greenhorn, it looks like he's about to puke over there. Why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Best defense attorney in town with the same judge. So in the same area of the original Ace Attorney, unless this guy is a twin. I mean, we've seen his brother before. What was it? The Canadian judge. But I mean, this is the same judge. So how much time has passed in the world? We'll have to wait and see. Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience, fine. But does he have cords of steel? Well then, let's begin. Well, the defendant may enter the courtroom. Well, this is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see, Mr. Wright. Let's put the past behind us, shall we? Wait, wait, what? What? Wait, what? What? Huh? Wait a second? Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days, I'm merely Phoenix Wright. What? that's Phoenix? I gave him like an entirely different voice because I didn't realize that's Phoenix? My brain just stopped working. I don't know how to process this. This is... What? What? These days, I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player. Mr. Wright, how could this have happened? Let's go further then. Well, the prosecution would be as kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne. Yes, to think. I saw you enter this room with a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leave in chains. What's Payne? Subtle as ever, I see. I didn't even recognize him. Like, the crime occurred at the Porsche Bar Club, a Russian restaurant. Well, the defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him, wham, on the head, smack, killed him cold.
Customer at the restaurant, you say? Well, the defendant, you see, was,
the pianist for the club, it seems.
Phoenix Wright. A pianist?
This is the weapon that took the victim's life. A bottle of grape juice. And grape juice is apparently a defendant's drink of choice.
Well, the court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence.
Deadly bottle added to the court record. Grape juice bottle used as a murder weapon bears the defendant Mr. Wright's prints. Something to note, Justice. All evidence is filed in the court record. Make a practice to check it frequently. The court record. Right, I've heard of that. Use R1 to look at the evidence so far. I'm confident in your ability to handle this. Alright, well, let's look at this. The attorney's badge. How long did I yearn for one of these? Just putting it on makes me feel ready. Got a number, 929XX3. There's a number inscribed on the back of the badge. There are many numbers like it, but this one is mine. Proof that I'm an attorney. To tell the truth, I get a happy feeling inside just looking at it. Oh, it tells me a check mark if I've done it already. So I don't need to guess if this is something and this is something. Cool. Submits autopsy report. Oh, we got an autopsy report. The time of death was around 2 a.m. April 17th. Death caused by a single blow to the forehead. Victim's name, Shadi Smith. Age, who knows, male. Estimated time of death, April 17th. Between 1:45 and 2:15 a.m. Cause of death, cerebral hemorrhaging resulting from blunt trauma to forehead. Wait a second, why is he a pianist? Why isn't he a defense attorney? Like, can we rewind just a few minutes here and try to figure this out? Well, I guess one thing at a time, right? We gotta focus on one thing at a time in front of us. We gotta first prove that Phoenix didn't do it, and then we'll figure out why he's a pianist. Crime photo 1, the sub-basement at the Borst Bowl Club. Deadly bottle. Oh, can I look at this? No, okay. The grape juice bottle used as a murder weapon bears the defendant Mr. Wright's prints. Grape juice. How long has it been since I drank grape juice? Apparently, it's Mr. Wright's favorite drink. I wonder how it goes well with borscht. What is borscht? I'm not a drinker, so... The bottle is completely empty. Yeah, unlike in movie theaters, if you hit someone over the head with a bottle, especially if it has liquid in it, it's not gonna shatter. It's just gonna pop over their head. The Mythbusters had an episode on that. But an empty bottle, however, would this shatter? I honestly don't know. Christoph Gavin, the boss at the Gavin Law Offices, a first-rate defense attorney and my trusted mentor. He's age 32. Phoenix Wright, age 33. Now, I don't know how old he was in the original. I do know Gumshoe was, what, 31, 32? And we were, what, 20-something? So we're assuming at least, what, 6 years have passed? Why is he a pianist, though? Pianist at the Borscht Bowl Club. Formerly an ace defense attorney of some renown. Okay, but what's changed? Shadi Smith, the victim in this case, a traveler only recently back in country. What's the pain? Age 61. Prosecuting attorney, for all his experience, he lacks a certain presence. Don't you make fun of me, you see? I'll take you back, you young whippersnapper. You better be respectful for your elders. Right, just use R1. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action.
So, the victim was a customer at this restaurant. But just who was this, Shady Smith fellow?
The Shady Smith. Yeah, okay. I know I'm very bad with catching puns in names, but Shady Smith, I understand this one. We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor.
Traveler?
According to his passport, he had been cut out of the country for a number of years. He only had returned to his country recently, though his place of residence is unclear.
When he had some sort of connection with the defendant?
Well, that too is unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Bush Boat Club on the night of the crime.
Or they only had just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing.
Well, that doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's complaint skill. At least not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean. As you can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime.
Now, wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? Well, that's a crime in and of itself.
Indeed, it appears a defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal. Ooh, nice objection there. First objection in the game, how about that? It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that, a game, and the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor. Competition? Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, the back's sweet and blue flame, know its final outcome.
Come again?
The cards on the table have blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to justify those present and impress the woman.
Well, that will be our first order of business here, then. To find out more about this fatal game of cards.
You look so calm and confident.
Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition at the night of the crime.
My pleasure. This is it. My first trial. Here goes nothing. Witness testimony. It's so weird. The competition. I am a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is. A game. And our customers are happy.
A pianist who can't play the piano?
It's better than a defense attorney who can't defend.
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination.
Right, Your Honor. My first cross-examination. Don't blow it. Are you alright? You're sweating bullets. Bullets? Where? It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times, though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? What to do? Should I ask Mr. Gavin for a refresher course in cross-examination? No, we don't need a refresher course, but I'm going to do it just because I don't want to miss any story, I don't want to miss any lore, and I may miss something here. This may just be a tutorial, but, you know. Better safe than sorry, especially this early in the game, quite literally speaking. Yes, teach me. I know nothing. Indeed. Your job, Justice, is to be mindful of the court record and the testimony. Look for inconsistencies in the testimony with what the court record tells you. When you find an inconsistency, that's when you present the conflicting evidence from the criminal record with R1, or the court record. But I didn't hear anything strange at all in the testimony just now. A good sign that you need to press the witness with L1 for more information. Press him? Don't let the fact that he's a remarkable man hold you back. Get more information. But is it Mr. Wright your client? My client? Yeah. Well, do you think you could do it? Yes, thank you, sir. I think I can do it. I think it better. We're gonna have a problem. Just remember, find any inconsistencies, any lies in the testimony, and reveal them to the court. That is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it. Inconsistencies, lies. Phoenix Wright. As if Phoenix Wright would never lie, and it's up to me to prove it.
Well, the defense may begin the cross-examination already.
Let's go. The competition. I am a pianist by trade, and I can hardly play at all. You can hardly play? Oh, I play sometimes, when customers demand it. So I play them one song. That's usually all they want. Was that supposed to be a boast just now? The title of Pianist is a mask, a respectable face I wear for the world at large.
Well, then why are you really at the Bush Bull Club?
My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. They pay you just to play poker? Well, that would seem to be the case. I am a professional after all. Ma, don't detect pride in that statement. It's just hard for an honest, hardworking member of society like me to imagine. Yes, your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston. What? I've played poker for 7 years in that little room, and I've never lost once. What? You see why the customers come now. Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw. Wait, you never lost once? Not even one time? As I said, I'm a professional. He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once. Is that even possible? The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The room in the crime scene photo. Is it an attraction? It is quite a history, actually. The Borscht Bowl Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. The black market? All in the past. Things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in that room.
A smoky room. Gambling hurts. You know, just looking at this picture makes me feel bad.
The bosses gather around the table cutting deals, safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watch through the small window. I can practically picture it now. That window does look like it would be good for keeping a lookout, but little else. The room had a few other tricks to it, though it was common knowledge for our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. Why would you use 2 decks? 2 decks of cards? A simple measure to prevent cheating. Oh, okay, so they basically shuffle it now. It's not like they play at the same... It's not like they play 2 decks at the same time, right? If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. Yeah, okay.
Well, there's something else I noticed. Well, in addition to the cards at the table, some scattered around on the floor.
Precisely. Cards on the table, cards upon the floor. Each one forming a complete deck. A card scene painted blue by a set sweep of cards. It is poetic, really. Incidentally, we used 2 types of cards at the club. One deck of cards was red, and the other was blue.
Sounds like the beginning of Zero Escape in 999 we had the blue and red. Oh, gotta focus here. As I recall in poker you make 5-card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat.
Heh. Yes. A game of hands. Huh?
Well, this competition you've been talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently.
That's right. It was a simple game after all.
Are you sure?
Huh?
Well, you know, people are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment the crime occurred. Yet you claim no connection to the crime?
Huh. Now that's strange.
What's strange?
I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. What? Of course, I expect to hear a cry of objection from the defense, but you know he's a little bit slow. Act. Arg. Oh wait, I'm the defense. I thought it was like Miss Blaine. Oh, well, we're new at this too, so I guess we'll also too. I completely let that one slip by. Don't despair yet, Justice. So, sir? Right. There's something I'd like to be made clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand. And I'd like to hear it from you. Huh. Sure, why not?
Very well. Well, the defendant will amend his testimony.
Just one little press. And I've got myself a whole new testimony. I plead silence regarding the murder. But I will say, I never touched the murder weapon. Silence? The defendant has the right to refuse to testify. I haven't forgotten everything about the law. But why? That clearly puts you at a disadvantage. And it's your job to turn that around in our favor, yes? Great. Like I didn't have enough to do it already. It's almost like he's testing me. Justice, did you detect anything odd about that testimony? Huh? Wait, something he said did ring a little strangely. Just one thing. Now, what was it? When you figure it out, I'd suggest presenting evidence. Evidence that contradicts the testimony. A contradiction in Mr. Wright's testimony, but why? I'd better check the court record. I can't imagine Mr. Wright lying in a testimony. Isn't it a little early to be jumping to conclusions? This is your first cross-examination. Take it slow. If you need more information, don't forget to press. Right, I got it. I'm fine. Time to listen to that testimony again. Okay. It's probably not this one. It's probably not that one. Could be that one. Could be that one. Did we press on this? So, you claim you weren't gambling? That's right. It was simply a game. You didn't bet any money? Not even a little? The only thing at stake in our game was pride itself.
Oh, well put, Mr. Wright. I got a mind to play hand of poker myself. The stakes, you are fate.
Can we get back to the trial now? Okay. I never touched the murder weapon. And 2 decks of cards. Those are the 2 facts that stand out to me that probably could be disputed. 2 cards, and never touched the weapon. Cerebral hemorrhaging resulting from blunt trauma to forehead. Bears the defendant Mr. Wright's prints. It's hard to see 2 decks of cards here because the photo is black and white. So this right here, the fact that this bears his prints has to be it. Objection! Opening objection. Huzzah. For having present evidence to your first card. Look at this. Look at this new screen. Normally when you press the button to view a trophy description, it just pops in the top right and the game keeps playing. Look at the pause menu though. This is really cool. So you see it didn't touch the murder weapon. This grape juice bottle. Right? So I said.
Is something the matter, Mr. Justice?
Oh, look at that. Look at that hair whip. Too bad a defense attorney never learned how to play dumb.
What's this, Mr. Payne?
I examined the bottle in question, you see. And it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints. Objection! Yeah, slam that table.
No need to shit, Mr. Justice. What's with all these defense attorneys yelling objection in very loud voices? I'm getting old here. I can hear you just fine.
Ah, the music just stopped. This case has a lot of humor in it already. Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears. I just said that! Okay, we're on the same page. And our case. But what about my quartz of steel? Anyway. What's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant?
Well, that's true. Paints alone don't prove.
Oh, they want to prove a thing if they want normal fingerprints. Huh? But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down!
Upside down? What does that mean?
It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there can only be one reason for that.
Use it as an attack.
Yes. To brain someone with the bottle!
Arrgh!
Oh, Mr. Gavin, I think things took a turn for the worse, sir. Oh, I see no problem, Justice. Huh? The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything. You'll see.
Defend it! Can you explain your fingerprints on this bottle to the court?
I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now.
Not very cooperative, are you? Well, this could hurt your case.
I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason.
Objection!
Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something.
And what might that be, Mr. Gavin?
On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police?
Reported?
Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright, but still that.
Really?
Yes, well, according to the case file, at least. The murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone. Near the scene? Well, let's take a look at a diagram of the murder scene, shall we? The victim was murdered in a small room in the basement, 2 floors down from ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant.
I see. And this is a phone that made the call.
Wright's cell phone added to the court record. Used by a defendant to notify the police from the restaurant's first floor. It looks like we can also look at this one a little bit closer. Wow, the battery is being held in place with a piece of tape. He should just buy a new one. Maybe he can afford it. Or he just doesn't care. Wonder what happened to Gumshoe. Y'all know Gumshoe's my favorite, right? I love that guy. I love you too, Mr. FlightlessBird, pal! Oh, thanks, Gumshoe. Okay. The defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if he so chose. Yet he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he is being uncooperative? I see, Mr. Gavin. I'd better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being. Toyed? I assure you, no one is more serious about... What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment the crime occurred. How can you possibly know this?
Well, that's a good question. How indeed?
The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness. You're as good as they say you are. So, someone else was in the room the night of the crime. That must mean they witnessed the crime. Everything up until now has been just a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready?
Very well. Prosecution may call its first witness to the stand.
Oh, hello? The witness will state her name and profession.
Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness?
I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's demonic looking horns. Horns? The horns? That's a killer hairdo right there. So I use a little hair gel to relax people.
Well, have no fear. If any horns point you in this direction, this court, they'll cut them off.
You are sure?
I swear it on my gavel. Please, come out.
Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor? Well, If you're sure, it is okay.
Now the wait a minute. Would the prosecution care to explain the witness is a paraphernalia?
Yes. She is a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of her trade.
Well, and that would be.
My name is Olga Ali. Olga Orly. Olga Orly. I'm trying to figure out the name. Orly could be. Wait. Am I saying this wrong? Is it Olga O'Reilly? Instead of Early? Oh, that's gonna bug me. So maybe she's like the one who did it, so her name is O'Reilly. Like, it's kind of obvious it's her. Or it could be Early because she came there early to the crime. We'll have to wait and see. I love the speculation. I'm employed as a witness in Borscht Bowl Club restaurant.
Well then, why the camera?
Of course, it is my pride to serve Borscht that is naming restaurant. But I also perform, how was it said, other service.
I take it one of those other services is taking the customers' pictures.
Ta-da! Like, for example, this one. Shows the shady one with Phoenix.
Well, that's the defendant.
And more, it showed the grape juice next to Phoenix. Indeed, on the night of the murder. Man in white hat is the one who has gone kaput.
Indeed, that is victim.
Why is she carrying like pots on her hand though?
Order, order! I will have order, I say. This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into her lips.
It is the same way as I drop cold bowls of borscht on laps of customers casually.
Well then the court will casually accept this new evidence.
Olga's photo added to the court record. The defendant, Mr. Smith, at the Borscht Bowl Club. Now let's look at that before we do anything else. Okay, I can't zoom in, I can't click. Let's see what we see. So there's a piano. We see the grape juice bottles. We see him talking. We see food on the table. We see what looks like Russian nesting dolls in the background. Okay. I mean, nothing stands out to me about this photo, though, except he was talking with Mr. Shady. I mean, they're not even in the same room, for crying out loud. Yeah, that's not even the same room as the other room. No witness. Where were you at the time of the murder? I was in room. The hideout, we call it. The hideout. Like Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Excuse me. The hideout. It is a room where famous gangster bad guy was arrested. Bad guy. Okay, that's a good one. It's a room where murder took place. What? Your look of utter surprise. It is lovely. I will post my courtroom door later for you. Photos will be numbered, and you will write which ones you want a copy of. Was this a theme park ride? So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orly, our witness. And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means...
Very well, witness. You will testify to the court about that night's events.
Witness testimony. That fateful night. That night, customer asked me to deal cards for a game. It was called Both Players Played with Hats on. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on Locket at his neck. Then, last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. That man flew at victim and is strangling him to death. Well, now we know where the Russian nesting dolls come from. But that would mean that she's more than just a photographer if they got that in the... Maybe that's just flavor. I don't know.
Incidentally, who won the game?
Isn't it obvious? The winner was the victim, Mr. Smith! That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Wright can't lose. Justice. Maybe you could come up with a more legitimate objection. But he hadn't lost in 7 years. Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case in my first 7 years as a prosecutor either, and now I'm always losing every single case I'm in. Hey, that's not fair. Incidentally, I have some evidence here. Okay, we actually see the... Okay, let's look. So we have 2 hands. Both full houses. Both... Wow, that's one heck of a hand. The fact that both players had aces high, but the other player won because he had kings over 7s. That is a wild poker game right there. We see the blue deck. We see a... Looks like a 3 of spades on the floor in the background. We don't see anything else at the time, though. And we don't know who was sitting where. These are the poker chips as they lay their moment of the crime. The hand and the chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. Okay, so he lost. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith.
Chips, you say? I like chips, especially with salsa.
Duh, I mean yes, imagine the poker's war. Your hand is your army, and the chips are the spoils.
I know that, yes, poker chips, right. Well, in my youth I was known as the poker head at courtroom number 3.
I don't think that's a real thing. I think it means poker face. Okay, I can buy that one.
Looking at this picture, does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table.
Chips photo added to the court record, and I'm pretty sure they would have gone all in here. I mean, with that type of hand, you go all in, right? And it would have been called because the other player had full house. Defendant and victim's chips when crime took place.
Very well. The defense may continue cross-examine the witness.
Cross-examination, but first I want to check out that fateful night. Okay, so there's a card on the table to the left, there's a card on the table in the back. Can't see anything else that would be any implications here. There is a grape juice bottle on the right side, though. You think if Phoenix was drinking grape juice, he'd be on the winning hand, not the losing hand, right? Right? That night, customer asked me to deal cards for a game. It was cold. Both players played with hearts on da. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on Locket at his neck. Then last hand is done, but something terrible has happened. Da. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm supposed to be pressing here. You were dealing cards. Do you do this often? Da, I am doing this. If customer wishes it, I serve anything. Borscht, cards, and more borscht. It is my work.
Well, it's good to hear a place that hasn't forgotten the meaning of service.
Welcome you to Borscht Bowl Club, where borscht is as calm as the Wrightises. Thank you for not handing out flyers to the cross-examination. It was cold. Both players play with hats on, da. It's already April. How could it be cold? At Borscht Club, we have pride on authentic rustic Russian restaurant theme. Outside, it is city in spring, but inside, it is always as cold as Mother Russia. No way am I going there. I may be a FlightlessBird, but I'm not that type of FlightlessBird. I get cold. When it comes to hot borscht, cold is best seasoning, da. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on Locket at his neck. His Locket. I believe it was his good luck charm, da. He gripped it many times as he played it that night.
Oh yes, he must have felt as though it might carry him to the moon and to the stars. Though if it were small enough to fit around his neck, I wouldn't have much left.
The defense would like a clarification. This is a locket we're talking about, correct? I mean, a pendant with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket?
Well, of course, I knew that. It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. Well, that's why she called it that.
No, a locket's a locket. It doesn't matter what shape. It's considered bad form to poke fun at the head of hearing in our society. Hard of hearing? Or hard of understanding? So, what happened next? Well then, last hand is done. But something terrible has happened. Da. Something terrible? Eek!
The defense will refrain from needless shooting.
Sorry. I need to seriously reconsider this vocal training thing. Well now, Miss O'Reilly, can you tell us what happened? I'm just gonna go back and forth between O'Reilly and, Orly, just because. Oh, I was so frightened. Da, I trembled with fear. That man, he flew at the victim and is strangling him to death. Wait, strangled? But the defendant would never do such a thing. Wait, strangled? I thought he got hit over the head. Cerebral hemorrhaging resulting from blood forming to the forehead. Yeah, hold on a second. Eek.
Well, now, I can't say I've never heard the defense try this tactic.
If possible, please refrain from embarrassing me.
Still, why would anyone do something like this over a game of poker?
Perhaps it is because the defendant has lost game. Yes, a crushing defeat for a man that's undefeated. So it is always with a man like him. When his big sore losers, oh how the mighty have fallen. Go ahead. I believe you know what it is you need to do. Right, sir. Leave it to me. There were only 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. The victim is Shetty Smith, Mr. Wright, and if Mr. Wright isn't the killer. I've got you now, oh really? Yeah, we gotta go to the end here. Now we gotta present the, this. Oh, really? Aha, see, I told you! That's why she was called O-R-L-Y. Oh, that's so beautiful how he says that name now. Let me say it again. Oh, really? Strangled, you say? Well, that's odd. Duh! Normal customers only choke on the borscht. No, I mean this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head. Ah! Miss O'Reilly. Really now? Did you witness the crime?
Looking at the picture, doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his head and everything.
Yet, it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor. Oh. There's a photo we took of the victim with his head off during our investigation.
Well, that's quite shocking, isn't it? This head certainly was hit.
From photo 2 added the court record. It could have been a post-mortem. But I have seen it happen. Alright, we'll get back to it in a second. Hold on. Oh, wrong one. Mean. I have 2 thoughts here. One, he could have been hit after, and the autopsy report is wrong. Or 2, he had that injury before he came in. I mean, it's hard to tell if he had that injury because he had his hat on. So when his hat was removed, you know, that could have been shown. But that's not what actually killed him. I don't know. The defendant, he lunged at victim, his neck. Oh really, Miss O'Reilly? I think I caught you in your own line this time. Justice. I admire your enthusiasm. But perhaps you should think this through once more. Well, what do you mean? I find a contradiction. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me.
Very well. Seems we should continue the cross-examination.
There's such a thing as thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much too. Hey, you're not supposed to read my mind. Something troubles you. Oh, hello. That all looks good. Wait, can I turn this off? Oh. Ah. We'll just leave it on low. What was it on? Lower, medium? I don't remember. Put it on medium. That's fine. Wait time. Hide UI elements. Oh! Excellent. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. L2 and R2. Turn this on to enable story mode and play some autoplay without having to press. So the game just plays for you? That seems weird. Turn this on to disable consultations. Oh! Okay. It's not available in the first game, but that's cool. Record, save, load, music, effects, also good. Get rid of vibration. I hate vibration. Alright, yeah, we're good. Okay, let's try to figure this out. Get our head in the game. So, oh, look at that. Okay, it doesn't hide everything, but still, I'm very happy for this. I love to look at artwork in the games. This lets me look at artwork. Okay, Locket on neck. The victim. The victim. How do I... He doesn't have a locket. He doesn't have a locket. He has a locket there. So he did have a locket. But now the locket's gone. Objection! You know, there was one curious part in her testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But, what does it mean?
Well, Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about?
Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on Locket at his neck. I believe she said, I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar. No, but look at this photograph. Do you see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I am impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this. But what does it mean?
Well, we are to believe this witness testimony as is. Well, then the locket disappeared following the victim's death.
Yeah, someone took the locket after he was killed. So the person with the locket is a person who killed him, right? Lockets just don't disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off. No. Taken it off? Wait, you don't mean... The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Oh, I guess, but why? Did he gamble it away? I mean, they said they weren't, they're playing for pride. What if they were playing for the locket? Hell no, this is, I'm already intrigued. I like it, I'm already intrigued.
The defendant, what do you have to say to this? Say.
Yes?
I just noticed this, but, you have something hanging around your neck, don't you?
The locket? Oh, you mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. Wait, you have a daughter? Whoa, 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 whoa! Hold the phone. When did you have a daughter? I mean, there's a very good chance you could have had a daughter, but I didn't know you had a daughter. Good for you, Phoenix. Who's the mom? Oh God. Now I'm really kind of curious about that, because if it's not for you know who from the third game, and I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil, anything if you came here fresh. But at the same time, if it's not her, I always imagine it would be Maya. And this is the problem when you try to put characters together. I mean, when they make future games, they may trample on your shipping fantasies, so to speak. But I always pictured Phoenix with Maya. That was just who I did. Although I really, really love, you know who. Like I said, I don't want to say anything, but at the same time, I am so interested. I'm so interested in who the mom is, and who the child is. Is the child 7 now? Is she older than 7? Did he have the child? I don't know. Could come again?
Mr. Wright, you have a daughter?
We confirmed it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter.
Huh. So Mr. Wright has a locket too? Why don't I buy that? This is just a coincidence. Because it probably is not.
Well now, if the results of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game.
Yes, but we'll do that in the next part, because this seems like a good breakage point. I do want to say thank you for everything, my friends. I love you all so very much, and I am excited to be back in Ace Attorney. I do want to say thank you to our wonderful, amazing Patreon supporters of the channel, Zuzulus, Tappers, Chiniqt, and Techno Trouble, for all their continued support. If you'd like to support me in that way, link is in the description below. But the biggest way you can probably support is just by doing 3 things. Liking the video if you haven't liked the video already, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and comment. Just with no spoilers, obviously. But yeah, I love to read comments. I try to respond to every single comment I come across. And I am ready to get back into Ace Attorney. This is going to be amazing. Oh, it's going to be amazing. Oh, I'm so excited. Kind of don't want to stop, but I do. Gotta pace myself. Don't worry, FlightlessBird. You're excited. I know, but oh man, I want to. So much I want to know right now. And time will tell. Time will tell. I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic, amazing, awesome day. And until next time, my dear friends, so long and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.